Hi, Mary. Hope you're doing well. It is looking better. With some of the stuff you're doing, like moving the hindquarters and the shoulders, I would do that all in the beginning, but I would do it without the poles. I would just go around the arena, and I usually do it on the long sides, not so much in the circles, because we're going to use those circles more to help you to gate. With some of the stuff that you're doing, it's actually shortening his stride. And you're just doing it at a regular walk here. But when you ask him to move his hindquarters over in his shoulders, he's shortening his stride up, and that's kind of the opposite of what we want him to do. So I would do it when you're just doing your regular walk in the beginning. See how he shortened his stride up so much there, and I know you're trying to move his hindquarters. But I would do it without the poles, so he understands the poles is for his flat walk and to help him lengthen his stride, because all this is hard for a young horse, and to move his hindquarters and his shoulders over and then go over the poles, that's a lot. And then for us to ask them to gate afterwards. And I know you probably do a lot of dressage, but this is a little bit different. So I would recommend you do your circles, your leg yielding, all that stuff is fine to do at your regular walk. Do it without the poles, and then do the shoulder in, coming down the long side and moving his hindquarters to the inside on the long side of the arena. When we go to gating, just having him in a circle with a slight bend is going to help him reach up with his hindquarter. So I think, I hate to say this, but I think you're micromanaging him a little much. And so it's hard for him and it's stressful, and then they're trying to learn the gait. So I think it might be a little bit too much. So I would try to work at his regular walk, but ask him for less. You can go around the arena, make patterns in those things, and do your shoulder in your hindquarters, but only do a step here, 1 or 2 steps of it, and then go straight and just keep working on his walk. But his regular walk is now more relaxed. That is good. His head is down better, which is good. And with your hands, I just make sure, because I can't totally tell, that you're not on his case the whole time. Make sure he knows when he's doing it right. And if you're having to be in his mouth the whole time with the snaffle, that's a lot of times when one of those shanks will help. Just a short shank, because then you don't have to be in their mouth as much. Okay, but that's what I see at the walk. Okay, now we got to your flat walk. So I would do the flat walk in a circle with the poles. And what you're trying to do is, as you make the circle, you're going to keep a slight inside bend. Try to get to the center of the pole each time, and then the horse will figure out his footing and how to get around to it. And then there won't be so many short steps that he's putting in front of it. So his head is lower, which is good, but it goes up and down. But that'll get better. But again, I would stay in the circle, stay off the rail as you're doing his gait. There, it's very nice. His head's good. He's reaching out. And there I would have just stopped and told him he was doing a good job before the garbage cans came up. Because you want to make sure he knows what you want. And so when he's doing it good, a lot of people want to keep going, but you want to stop and, love on him some and make sure he knows he's doing the right thing. But there, his head was pretty good, but you'll see it kind of comes up and down. So we just got to be a little bit more steady. If you're releasing and his head is coming up, then don't release as much, okay? I'm just watching. There, his head's up too high. That's better. And we don't want to tuck way in when he lowers it. We just want it lower so he relaxes his back. But you'll see there, his head was going up and down. This is better. Now we switch directions. All right, there, his head's a little high. I think he's going to the bathroom, so he's a little bit shorter stride. And then when his head is down, make sure he doesn't swing it side to side. If he is, you hold it straight just by correcting with your reins. But the speed keeps changing, his head keeps changing, so you're trying to keep that all consistent. And I think that you would do better with it if he was in a circle. And those poles help him to reach over, and as you're going around, you can ask for a little bit more speed in front of the pole, and that will help him to reach out and keep his legs separated but in time to get us more speed, so then he will have a running walk. But it's still much better than it was before. And then I just make sure to keep a little bend and that he's not falling in. So I wouldn't square off the circle or anything like that. When you're walking here and he's relaxed, this is actually almost the best part of the video. Because I can see he's relaxed, his back is relaxed, he's stepping out, he seems very happy, you know. So his flat walk could be there where his head is right now. That would be fine if he was just walking a little bit faster. So if he keeps his head down like this and you're not in his mouth, you might actually be, again, micromanaging him too much. That's very nice right there, okay? And the same thing going this direction. So I know you're trying really hard. I think you're doing a great job, but he almost does better when you're not trying anything, okay? Because there he was walking very nice as he went across. He's reaching way out. He's got his back relaxed. His head is down. So that's what I would try to get more, is to be a little bit more. But now see, if you compare his walk at the end to your walk in the beginning, this is just your regular walk. He just looks so much more tense versus, if I can get this all the way to the end. No, that was you still practicing. Where he was walking here. So that's how I would try to start off, is walking around like that, having him relax. Then you can make your patterns, do your leg yields, your shoulder in, your haunches in, and then you can start going faster and work at his flat walk. But he's actually doing really well right there, and I think you'll get more out of him if you let him do more of the work. You stay a little bit more relaxed and just keep him in a circle over the poles and not worry so much about all the other things. All right, I hope that makes sense. Let me know. But that right there is a very good walk. That walk I like a lot right there, okay? Because he's very relaxed and using himself.